And well, now we turn our focus to token money magnet, an exclusive WION show on tokenization, the future of finance. Now listen to what Mike Cagney, co-founder and CEO of Figure Markets, has to say on tokenization. Take a look at this report.
So I think that when we think about blockchain, we have to go to the fundamental value proposition of what blockchain is. And it's really around the ability to displace trust with truth and the ability to transact bilaterally without counterparty risk or settlement risk. And so when we intersect those things, we can start thinking about marketplaces where we're agnostic to our counterparty. And this is a huge thing for financial services because in financial services, almost all markets are intermediated. So in the US, when we trade stock, there's 7 parties that sit in between a buyer and seller. When we swipe a debit card, there's 5 parties that sit in between a buyer and seller. So if we can distill that to just bilateral, and we disintermediate that intermediation, you're freeing up trillions of dollars of market capitalization to the benefit of the consumer, the ecosystem, and the blockchains that do that disruption. So when we started Figure back in 2018, we began originating loans on blockchain. And as you can imagine, in 2018, going to funds and convincing them to buy loans on blockchain was not a trivial process. And what we ended up doing was finding a greenfield, which was home equity line of credit. It's a product that hadn't been done very well in the US. And we established a dominant position in originating that asset. But we went to everyone and said, would you like to buy this? And they'd say, I'd like to buy that loan, but I don't want to do it on blockchain. And we said, well, blockchain's the only way you can buy that loan. And we use it as a forcing function to get the buy side to lean in and start using the technology. And they realized that there were real efficiencies that came out of the blockchain beyond just the value of tokens per se. And we use that forcing function to build an ecosystem out. And so we've done over $40 billion real world asset transactions on chain. And we deal with some of the world's biggest counterparties, some of the world's biggest banks and biggest funds, that we've gotten them over the hurdle of what is blockchain. All the typical things people get paranoid about. What if I lose my keys? Are the regulators going to come after me? A lot of these things that the old industry, the TradFi industry, has really put out there to help to try to defer the adoption of blockchain. But it's coming, and it's going to come in a massive and significant way. And the reason being is that it's a more efficient system. People make more money, they save money, they do better using blockchain technology, and ultimately that's what's going to matter. The other challenge we've had with blockchain is it's an industry that rarely loses an opportunity to shoot itself in the foot. So we have the ICO debacle, we had the bankruptcies, we have the NFT market failures. What we really need to do in blockchain is focus on fundamental use cases that drive real economic value that can scale. Catch me on Token Money Magnet as I demystify tokenization for you, only on WION.